I'm just getting ready to lay down and turn on my thunderstorms. I was sitting outside and I was listening to this beautiful reading, and she was just basically saying, it was in reference to going through your spiritual awakening and just connecting with yourself, connecting with the universe. Just like, I had an epiphany moment, and I really did have an epiphany moment in the last like 24, 48 hours within myself, energetically, where I just see the bigger scale, within me, outside of me, around me, what follows me, and just recognizing the amount of control that I do have, that I actually really do have. It's not a matter of me not having control of my life. I actually do have full control of my life. And so it's just like, I was sitting outside and I was listening to this, and it freaking thundered right at that mere moment of the reading. I kid you not. Thunder. And it was like a prominent thunder. And I was like, ooh, God, I feel you. I do indeed. I do. You know, the energy has shifted in me and around me energetically. And it's one of those things where, you know, there's so many different chaotic moves, chaotic circumstances, you know, situations, whether it's that, EEOC, where, you know, it's like all these different ploys to get me to act a certain way or respond in a certain way. And it's never going to happen because it's just not in my nature. And it's so comical to me because, although I live in a world, you know, that is strategically placed, by particular moves, whether it's things I see on TikTok, whether it's my viewership, censorship, things within my family, things within my house, things within my workplace. I mean, just everywhere I move, it's all, you know, strategic. And it's like I see through beyond the veil, I see behind the mask. And that's just the reality that I carry within myself. And that's just through all the work that I've done with God and Source and the Most High, you know. And it's one of those things like, I'm raw, I'm transparent, I'm authentic, and I just like pour it out there as it comes, you know. And it came to me when I was watching this root chakra, and I was like, well, maybe I don't get a lot of views or followers because they'll ban my account again. And then on the flip side, though, it's like, they're going to ban my account anyways whenever they're ready to press that little button. And so it's one of those things I'm just, you know, sitting here patiently waiting, for entertainment purposes only. But it also is a matter of too, it's like, it just goes to show you the mechanisms and the reality of just all the strings that are being pulled. Because it's like when I go through my like feed and my algorithm and stuff like that, it's so funny because I see different, you know, people, places, and things when it comes to my past, and like everybody's jumping on the bandwagon, and I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it, you know. I don't put my messages out there. I don't, you know, look for, you know, views or following or fame or anything like that. Like, none of that is ever anything that I dreamt of. I never, when I was a younger kid, my little inner child, being in the limelight and being in the spotlight was never anything that I ever dreamt of. Truthfully, when I was a child, I just wanted to live in a peaceful world. Really. If I was truly honest with myself, I really just wanted to live in a peaceful world. I mean, growing up, I had a, you know, okay childhood. I mean, there's definitely your circumstances and situations, and that's all stuff that I'm going to put in my book, you know. But I just always yearned to live in a peaceful life, you know, within myself, within my family, you know. and never really much more than that. I don't really spend too much mind thinking about stuff like that. I more or less carry so much empathy and grace when it comes to those around me and just the circumstances of the world and the situation and the chaos in it. And that's just something I've worn my entire life. Money's just not something that's ever driven me. I've worked my butt off to make pennies so I could funnel it into the system, funnel it into, family and friends and all of that. And then, here I am. So, it's one of those things. It's who I am. It's how I'm ingrained. But that's all a part of my walk, my design, my purpose. Everybody has a walk, a design, and purpose. And everything that's meant for you makes its way to you. And if it's not in your world right now, it's not meant for you. There's rejection for protection. Tay said that. I was like, yes, that's so true. When you are rejected, it is protection. When things don't work out, it's for a reason. When things do work out, it's for a reason. There's always things to gain from every circumstance and situation. But when you go into it with a purified heart, like a heart will always win. Love will always win, I think. Always. When you lead with a purified nature within yourself, it just exuberates off of you. You can't deny energy. Energy does not lie. And you can pick up on deflection and projection really quickly when you connect with your own energy. And you connect with your own energy by learning how to love yourself. Every facet of yourself. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And owning it. And not going with a trend. Not looking for materialistic value. Finding value in yourself, in your vessel. And you can do that by allowing God, Source, the Divine, the Most High to come in and help you. But it just came to me because I was like, well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the angle. Who knows, Who knows? I see so much on my algorithm. It's just like, oh, it's so crazy how much exploitation there is in my life right now. It's so crazy. And it's funny because it's like, well, this is my world now. I don't know how else to explain it. Whatever it is you're trying to get me to do, I don't know, let me know. Give me a buzz. I hope everybody sleeps well. Sweet dreams. I love you guys. If you're struggling right now with your thoughts, right? If you're struggling right now in this moment with your thoughts, spiraling out of control, whatever it is, whether it's money, health, marital, business, career, student, children, life, conditioning, the chaos in the world, politics, whatever it is in this mere moment. This is how I go to sleep, alright? Give you a little, this is how I sleep. I sleep listening to thunderstorms. But if you're going through different things within your mind and your thoughts right now, and it's taking you down a negative spiral hole where you're just thinking negatively about yourself, stop yourself and tell yourself that everything will work itself out that's supposed to work itself out. God, the Divine, the Most High, Jesus, they will see you through that. And whatever you have control of, God will see you through that. It's not for you to worry about. It's not for you to worry about. It's not for you to make yourself sick about. And if it's from sowing bad seeds and treating people poorly, or lying, or being deceitful, and if these things are wearing on you, then you need to talk to God about it. You need to talk to Source, Divine, the Most High, right? And open your thought process to hearing what He tells you to do. You have to listen. You have to listen with an open mind, body, heart, and soul and be able to hear what he says to do.